This girl, in order to hide her beautiful appearance, would cover her face with freckles using pigment every day. However, Mao Mao never imagined that even dressed so plainly, she would still be targeted by human traffickers. One day, while Mao Mao was absorbed in picking herbs, 3 burly men suddenly appeared, kidnapped her, and sold her into the imperial palace. Mao Mao knew well that the palace was full of hidden dangers, so to avoid drawing attention and risking her life, she deliberately concealed her literacy and knowledge of medicine. Because of her freckled face and extremely ordinary figure, Mao Mao was eventually assigned to the laundry bureau in the harem as a maid. Fortunately, ordinary palace maids only needed to serve for 2 years before being released. Mao Mao decided to keep a low profile during this period. 3 months passed in a flash. That day, something strange happened in the palace. The newly born prince and princess both fell ill with the same disease. Their lives were hanging by a thread, yet none of the imperial physicians could cure them. The emperor's previous 3 children had also died young from this illness. Rumors began to swirl throughout the palace. Everyone believed the emperor was cursed. However, with Mao Mao's medical knowledge, she didn't believe in curses. According to her friend Lisa, the patients suffered from severe abdominal pain and vomiting. These were clearly symptoms of poisoning. Mao Mao originally didn't want to get involved in palace affairs, but curiosity overcame her reason, so she decided to secretly investigate the consort's quarters. Just as Mao Mao stepped into Rifa's palace, she heard a loud slap. At that moment, Rifa was loudly accusing Gyokuyu. She believed Gyokuyu had cursed her little prince, but Gyokuyu firmly denied it, because her own little princess had also fallen ill with the same disease. The imperial physician caught in the middle was trembling with fear, yet he was completely helpless against the illness. At that moment, Mao Mao noticed Rifa's pale and gaunt face. Combining the infant deaths and the symptoms, she immediately identified the cause of the illness. As Mao Mao muttered about needing something to write with, she happened to brush past a handsome man. To avoid exposing herself, Mao Mao came up with a clever idea after careful thought. She tied the clue together with a rhododendron flower, then secretly placed it on the consort's windowsill. However, when Rifa's maid saw it, she simply threw it away. Then, on a stormy night a month later, the entire harem echoed with Rifa's heart-wrenching cries, because the little prince had passed away. However, what no one could have expected was that Gyokuyu's little princess had miraculously recovered. Lord Jinshur, who managed the harem, was ordered to investigate. He arrived at Gyokuyu's palace, and obtained the cloth strip left behind by the mysterious person. At that moment, Gyokuyu kept repeating the words written on the strip. Neither of them could have imagined that the whitening powder women used for beauty was the true culprit. Jinshur didn't know where to begin the investigation, but suddenly, he remembered the maid he had brushed past a month ago. Jinshur thought things were starting to get interesting. The next day, Jinshur summoned all the palace maids from the laundry bureau. The cautious Mao Mao sensed that something was off, but the other maids were all extremely excited. Only then did Mao Mao realize that this man was the handsome eunuch Lisa often talked about. Just then, Jinshur suddenly held up a piece of paper. It read, "The girl with the freckled face, stay behind." Mao Mao was instantly shocked when she saw it. Immediately after, Jinshur dismissed everyone else. That's when Mao Mao realized she had fallen into a trap. It turned out that most of the laundry maids couldn't read. If Mao Mao had pretended not to recognize the writing and left, then Jinshur wouldn't have